it's your king Itsuki over here. Ella, Ella, good evening. Hello, oh my god, where's chat? Oh yeah, there we go. There we go, chat appeared. Ella, good evening, Ella. Alright. Okay. Hi, yo. Hello, Ami. Hello, Boko. Hello. We are streaming today. Wow. What an abnormal thing to do. Wow. I did mention yesterday that I don't know that I will stream or not, but since that I need my little tiny happiness. I need my little tiny joy. So we're streaming today. Oh, what does it look like? It's stuck. Slow. Oh, okay. Is it stuck? Okay, it's good now. I need my tiny happiness, my tiny joy. That's why we're streaming today. And that's why I'm here. Because we need to look at Artem's story. I've been wanting to do that. I've been wanting to play the Dragon Breath card for a bit. Artem, our king, giving happiness. Yeah, so true. Oh. Today is a Monday and it's a new week. So how have your days been? How has your days been? How your day? How was your day? I don't know how to speak anymore. For me, it was quite alright, I guess. And I feel like so I have this like some kind of like skin condition on my face, on my literal face, and it's near my eye. It's hurting my eye, not gonna lie. And I think it's not getting any better. It's getting worse actually. It's going to eat my whole face at this point. It's gonna eat my entire face at this point. So I'm planning to go to the clinic tomorrow and see what I can do about it. Today quite hot, felt lazy the whole day. Understandable, because it's Monday blues. Hello Vito, hello, good evening, welcome to the stream. Yep. But either way, I hope you guys are doing okay, at least. What kind of allergy? I am not sure actually. I'm not sure what kind of allergy it is because it started as like a really small patch and it has been there for a few months. It's been there for quite some time already, and I don't bother with it. At first I didn't bother with it because I thought that it would just go away, because previously I had this allergy on my skin, but it was like on my hands, on my fingers, and I left it be, and I didn't use any product on it, and I stopped using soap as well because I know that the allergy on my fingers are because of soap. So I stopped using that soap and then it got better. But the one on my face has been staying there for quite some time, and only recently, not really only recently, but like I think it's been like 2 or 3 months that I've been using this one medicine, but it does not have an effect. So recently I changed my medicine. And for some reason I think it got worse. And there's like a growing rashes, red patch at the side of my eye. So like, and it's at the side of my face, like on my right side, like on the right side of my eye, and then it's kind of bothering my eye for a bit. So whenever I blink my eye or wink my right eye, I can feel my skin like acting up and all that. And I think it got worse because the rashes just kind of spread down towards my cheek, and yeah. I'm not sure whether it's... See, I've been wearing makeup, so I'm not sure whether it's the makeup or because I have like a few makeup on my face, right? When I wear makeup, I put like a few products, so I'm not sure which product is at fault right now. So like I stopped wearing it, but the thing is I need to wear it for work. Oh my god. I think I'm just going to stop wearing it completely, and then tomorrow I'm going to go to the clinic and get my skin checked and to see if it's allergic reaction or if it's something else. I am not sure, but yeah, that's what's been happening. It's like as if life hasn't hit me so hard yet with my shit that it decides to just mess up with my face too. So I hate it. Like, oh my god. Hopefully it will be gone soon. Yeah, I hope so too, because next month I have an event and I need my face. I need my face for it. Cause like, you guys know that recently I'm into cosplaying and stuff, right? And performing and stuff. So I need my face to work. I need my face to work. I can't have this shit. No. Not like this. Oh man. I go to events, I have things to do, I really use my face, like, oh my god. Oh, this doesn't get, oh my god, okay. Anyways, hello June, hi. Been quite some time. It's been a minute. How are you? I'm not sure if I'm doing okay. I've been getting by. That's it. I've been getting by. But yeah, that's how my thing is right now. I hope you find out what's causing it. Yeah, I hope so too. Like, I really need this thing to go away right now, like immediately. If it's possible, I want it to go immediately in like a week. Oh my god. So hopefully tomorrow I go to the clinic and then they'll give me like proper medicine instead of like general cream or something to put on. What happened? Life life happened, and yeah, allergies and stuff like that. Yeah, it's bad. It's just bad. It's on my face. Like, I would be fine if it's somewhere else on my skin, but the fact that it's on my face, it makes it bad. Ugh. I hope it's just normal allergy. That's the thing. I just hope that it's normal allergy, because if it's normal allergy, it goes away pretty quick, right? If you have the right treatment for it, if you have the right medicine for it, if the doctor gives you the right medicine, it goes away pretty quickly. That's the thing. But the thing is, I have this thing on for months already. It's been there for months. So, RIP me. If it's not normal allergy, then it's RIP me, you know? When are you coming back to KL? I'm leaving for uni next year in January for 3 years. This year I'm not going back to KL this year. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not going back to KL this year, and I'm not not even sure if I'm going back to KL, honestly. I told you that AMG was probably the last time I'll be coming back to KL. Never say I am poor, okay? I am poor. If you'd like to sponsor me tickets, I am dirt poor. Yeah. AMG was last AMG was probably my last time of going to KL, and I'm not going back. I'm probably not going back, which is pretty sad for me. I am now a poor girly. I'm not rich anymore. It was a good time when I had money. It's sponsor flight tickets, nah. Even if you can, I wouldn't be able to. Truly, I wouldn't be able to. There are so many things to consider. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, that's how it's been. Fair enough. Yeah. R.I.P. R.I.P. me, man. So many shit going on right now. I can't even. I can't even. Okay, alright. Let's shut up about it. Let's shut up about. I don't want to think, guys. Like, literally, I seriously do not want to think about anything other else. Yesterday was like an eye-opener for me. Because yesterday I did like a guerrilla stream, right? And then afterwards, I actually forgot that I was going to have like a little tiny live update situation with Nyanyame. And we were just like, I promised her that I was going to like have a little hangout with her, but then I genuinely forgot. So like right after stream, I immediately go and text her, I'm free now, let's have a hangout. And then yeah, immediately after that we just send each other, well, not really send each other, we just talk about live update here and there. And she told me hers and I told her mine. And I mean, there's no comparison because life is life and shit happens to everyone. But like the moment I told her about my situation, she's like, she's speechless. She got truly speechless. I can't stress enough how bad the situation is right now. I really can't stress how bad it is right now, guys. So this is my safe space, and this is my how would I say it? This is my escape, just to stream, having fun, hee hee ha ha, and forget about things. And if possible, I don't want to talk about anything at all besides seeing Artem. So 準備ですか？行きますよ。3、2、1. Yeah. Okay, I hope the volume is okay. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, it's 100. Alright. As the morning sun rises in full, the mist that looms over the region begins to dissipate. In a corner, away from others' notice, you arrange your ceremonial robes and glance at the altar, steps that grow clearer before your eyes. Volume is okay. Alright.
一切都准备妥当了。
Artem. There are people talking at the other end of the stairs. The man who spoke first whispers a few more words to his attendant. With his movement, the last wisp of mist billows outwards. Billows? Okay, sometimes TOT really just kinda, maybe they have translation issue? I don't know. What is below?
让他再靠近一些。
Sounds good. Okay. Ooh, have her come closer.
至于其他人，都可以离开了。
Oh, me and you, just us? His words are like an unspoken command. Before the voice fades, the men and women dressed as servants beside you take a few steps back. Only you remain standing in place, and only you are permitted to stay here.
开始咏唱后，无论你接下来在我身上看到了什么，都不要停下。
What does that mean? Oh, that's my outfit. Oh my god, I look so pretty. I understand, Your Majesty.
那就上来吧。用和以前一样的皱纹。
Oh, I understand. That last sentence isn't a reply to anyone, merely a whisper to yourself to focus and stop hesitating. The more you ascend the stairs step by step, the clearer the silhouette of the man they called His Majesty becomes. Ooh. Perhaps those who were just ordered to retreat could never imagine that Artem, the Archon currently ruling this continent, is now standing in the center of the pool at the highest point of the altar with his back to you as he unbuttons his shirt, allowing the faintly glowing water ripples to entwine with his skin. At first, only he is muttering in an unknown language, Soon, you too begin chanting softly. Thou art descended from the divinities entrusted to us to sustain. As sword and shield, as scales of law, dwell upon my flesh. Cold, clear water in a pool churns more and more violently and condenses into clusters of splashes that rise into the air. At the same time, an intricate dark pattern emerges on Artem's unblemished shoulders and neck, from which emanates a flickering glow. It is as though some living creature was forcibly roused from slumber to latch onto its host. No matter how many times you witness it, this thought always surfaces. What is happening? Thou shalt answer the call of boundless ambition, bending to my will. Oh.
我没事，不必停下来。
At some indiscernible moment, Artem seems to be pierced by an invisible force. You hear him gasp several times, despite his attempts to suppress them. Since Artem insists, then you forcibly quell the urge to seize your incantation and utter the final line, until death scatters all to the winds. Your Majesty.
没事，都结束了。
That's it. Artem appears to unwind considerably after a deep breath. His back returns to its original pristine state, and the strange pattern vanishes. To be more precise, that pattern is more of an emblem. Let me use my tablet, my hand hurts. Oh, okay. The emblem symbolizes an archon's power, proof that chaos, the divinity who holds sway over all creation, has bestowed their favor upon us. Among the many races, Chaos selected those capable of draconic transformation and granted the emblem to the wisest sage among them who most revered order, tasking him with governing all. Ooh, king! This is the origin of the Archon system. The Archon receives immeasurable wisdom and magic from the divinity to maintain balance within this continent. But the immensely potent emblem is often a burden to the one who bears it. Even the mighty dragon shifters can't escape that. That's why Artem needs someone to periodically assess the emblem and his own physical state. Thanks to your scholarly pursuits in emblemology, Artem recognized your capabilities, and you have occupied this vital role ever since. Although Artem's body exhibits certain reactions during past ritualistic ceremonies, the severity pales in comparison to today. Relative to before, Artem's discomfort during the ritual just now seemed more pronounced. Is it possible? No, conclusions cannot be drawn before a thorough examination. Your Majesty, your emblem. Long before you can voice your concerns, you hear a rustling sound beside your ear. Following the noise, you see Artem donning his coat, conveniently obscuring the emblem's resting place on his back.
我知道。
Oh my god! Oh, his outfit! Oh, the scar on his eye! Oh, what is that? Oh.
文辉的事，大可以之后再讨论。时候不早了。 你先随我回本店处理公务。
Oh, but as if severing your final opportunity to inquire further, he pauses momentarily while descending the altar steps and glances back.
比起妄论本来就不存在的事，还是向前看比较好。
Oh, dang. Okay. Outfit is beautiful. Yeah. Oh, I want it. On the journey back to the throne room with Artem, a profound silence reigns, broken only by the echo of your footsteps. Hello, Rizel. Aye. The imposing doors soon slowly swing shut behind you. Save for the Archon's throne, the grand table in the Great Hall is already fully occupied by officials. At the far end of the table, the sky is fractured into pallid shards by the window panes. Through them, you can glimpse the festive banners fluttering outside. Decorations are up. In a few days, this continent will celebrate its national day, the Night of Chaos. Ooh. By then, the entire nation will enjoy a holiday to honor Chaos's blessings. Thus, before the festivities commence, the Archon must conclude all governing affairs, such as summoning trusted officials to preside over the final court of justice preceding the festival.
辅佐官可以发言了。
Okay, every single time he appears, I get like doki doki, you know? The aides Artem refers to are all the officials seated at the table, yourself included. The aides present cases to be deliberated and judged by the Archon, a frequent practice Artem instituted after assuming power. There is also an hierarchy among the aides. Having served alongside Artem the longest, you have been granted the position of chief. However, the Court of Justice today differs somewhat from the norm. The aides all wear a hesitant expression.
陛下，首席辅佐官大人，这个案子稍微有些敏感。
Perhaps he dares not to openly recite its contents, or maybe he wants you to review it first. An aide named Nyx gingerly passes a scroll your way. Finding it peculiar, you lower your gaze and unfurl the parchment. The states.
念出来。
Last night, the royal knights reported that due to controversies about an opera performed by the Emerald Troupe within the city, its members were questioned following the performance. It is said that there was some conflict between the two parties.
是什么样的歌剧？
In essence, the protagonist in the play slays the Archon to gain wisdom and power. He took the emblem from the corpse to usurp the throne.
篡位啊！
The implication of the words is glaringly evident, sufficient to strike fear into the heart of anyone associated with it. This is what gave rise to the other aides' reluctance to speak.
各位辅佐官的意思是，这部剧是在暗指前代执政官聂秋和我之间发生的过去。
They use Neil Hume. If you guys remember, Neil Hume is Artem's missing mentor. Oh, they use IRL stuff.
我为了夺取文徽，不惜杀害他，可以说是名副其实的弑君者了。
Oh, foreshadowing? He actually
当然不是这样，陛下。
Artem disregards Nyx's whispered protest and instead glances at you. After all, the aides each have their areas of expertise. Among them, you possess the deepest understanding of the emblem's properties and what really happened at the time. The emblem bestows the power its bearer dreams of, but the incantations involved also influence the bearer's psyche. As such, most archons throughout history have descended into madness, perhaps even bewitched. They prefer to slay their successors rather than relinquish the emblem. Or they will be unable to withstand the emblem's burden and will ultimately succumb to mental breakdowns. The previous archon, Neil Hume, lost control due to his inability to endure the pressure exerted by the emblem. He transformed into a colossal dragon and attacked the city. At that time, Artem, still an aide, subdued him and swiftly evacuated the populace, thus sparing them the fate of losing their lives in the calamity. For Neil Hume, who had already lost consciousness and would no longer return to normal, death was instead the most merciful eternal rest others could offer him. Yet the one who granted him peace would inevitably shoulder the accusation of regicide and bear the weighty burden of the emblem. Just as you're immersing yourself in contemplating the bloody history behind the emblem, Artem lightly clears his throat.
与其坐在这里揣测剧目的暗示，各位辅佐官不妨先翻阅法典，再对此事进行评判。现行律法已经写得很明确。 翡翠剧团是城内登记在案的正规剧团，不会被禁止推出任何剧目。 因此骑士团不可针对剧团挑起冲突。律法是维系正义与秩序的基石。我想我已经无数次和诸位辅佐官强调过这点。
You hastily flip through a few pages of the law tome at hand. Some of the articles indeed align with Artem's words. After all, the one who penned this law tome was none other than him. The aides, including yourself, have naturally learned from his words and deeds. Furthermore, it would not be an overstatement to regard Artem as the ruler who rebuilt order in this land and enlightened the populace throughout the law.
可是陛下，我担心如果不进行严惩，也许以后有些别有用心之人会变本加厉，乃至制造一些意外。
既然国民没有指名道姓的指控，问心无愧者也不必疑神疑鬼。如果无视法典，仅以主观印象对他人施以惩戒，这就和真正的暴君无异了。希望众辅佐官能够妥善处理此事，确保民众平安和乐地度过卡俄斯之夜。
Nyx has no choice but to fall silent. You anxiously clasp your hands tightly, steady yourself, and address Artem. But your majesty, are you certain there is no need to clarify the truth to the people? Allow me to inform them about the emblem. That way, Artem will no longer be misunderstood by the people.
不需要。这个议题已经被讨论过多次，各位辅佐官应该都有印象。文徽一事涉及我与神明的契约，如果贸然揭露一切，必然会给民众造成不必要的恐慌。更何况，
陛下。
更何况，我目前完全有能力控制自己的身体状况。
Are you sure? Are you sure it's complete control?
再加上首席辅佐官通晓文徽咒术，也有能力应对各种意外。只要他还在我身边。
Sir, I think you should rest. Artem barely suppresses his coughing fit and gazes at you with unwavering certainty. Yet it closely resembles what happened at the altar. His gaze, far from assuaging your concerns, instead breathes an even more foreboding atmosphere.
前代执政官的悲剧就不会再发生。
Are you sure? I'm scared. Following the conclusion of the Court of Justice, Artem departs the throne room early to oversee festive affairs. You gently close the open law tome. Just as you are about to leave your seat, you hear a set of approaching footsteps. Hello, Fizu. Welcome to the
大人，首席辅佐官大人。
Lord Nyx, is there something you need?
没什么大事，只是忍不住感慨，我们的执政官还是如往常那样仁慈。
As you converse, Nyx, who handed you the scroll before, glances in the direction Artem departed.
并且希望陛下的身体也一如既往的健康。
Why do I feel like Nyx is the villain in this story? I feel like he's got something to do. Health? It is high noon, and the pale, dazzling sunlight casts the shadow of the festive banners outside onto you and the aide. Why is she questioning health? You furrow your brows, utterly unaffected by this celebratory atmosphere.
首席辅佐官大人，这也许只是我们这些老人的错觉，但您是否也觉得陛下的身体状况和往日有些不同？
Just as you are about to speak, you recall Artem's prior reluctance to discuss his health and the emblem. If he has no intention of divulging anything to them, then you should keep his secrets for him for the time being. But Nyx seems unable to rest easy and leans in even closer to you.
哪怕放在优秀学者众多的王都之中，您也算得上是千年难遇的优秀术士。再加上您在辅佐官中位居首席，和陛下最为亲近。
Okay,
如果陛
what
下
is he
出现
trying
了
to
什
get
么
from me?
让人不安的情况，大家就全仰仗您了呀。要是有什么我们能帮上忙的，
I am sussing this guy out. You have my deepest apologies, Lord Nix. You sigh with a smile and gather the weighty law tome. Neither you nor I should wantonly discuss His Majesty's health in public like this. If you are truly concerned, I can assure you of one thing. It is both to appease the aid before you and to quell the doubts that have plagued you since the altar scene. You gaze at the sky outside once more and solidify the notion that was gradually forming in your mind. I soon will have research for His Majesty as quickly as possible in order to render a judgment. Oh, already we are seeing some weird shit happening. Okay, midnight. The lock clicks into place. You raise the lantern in your hand and venture into the depths of the restricted section of the library, gazing up at the endless bookshelves ahead.
首席辅佐官大人，就是这里了。
哦，
容我冒昧，您这么晚来找我借钥匙是为了早些时候说过的研究？
illegally? Yes, I must verify something here. I'm sorry to have troubled you in the middle of the night. Whether driven by your sense of responsibility as chief aide or simply out of concern, you cannot overlook Artem's increasingly unstable physical condition. He appears to be treading the same path all previous Archons have traversed, their health deteriorating day by day, ultimately meeting with misfortune. However, before confirming this conclusion, you must first compare the current situation with the pertinent records in ancient tombs. Although I came to check these records, I've already perused most of the books on emblemology here countless times. You extend your hand, running your fingers along a row of book spines, and withdraw a dusty volume from memory. Emblemology involves delving into divine power. Therefore, the slightest lapse of attention could lead to irreverence towards the gods or reckless discourse on divine matters. Hello, Is. Good evening. At present, research into emblem sorcery is limited. Even the most cutting-edge research remains at the hypothetical stages. But regardless of the hypothesis, most researchers have proposed the same argument. Unless the bearer perishes, the emblem will not be transferred to another. Moreover, the power of the emblem can unleash is so immense that it can bewitch the mind. Its history of circulation among Archons is essentially a chronicle of power struggles. Whether human or dragon, they may be blinded by desire or even bewitched, drawn into bloody battles for the emblem. But is it really necessary to perpetuate this cycle of conflict? If there are alternative methods to transfer the emblem, you are too immersed in thought and fail to notice at first that you have directly vocalized your musings. Beside you, the lantern in Nix's hand suddenly wavers. In the flickering flame, his eyes widen in shock. What did I say?
其他方法，首席辅佐官大人，我不太明白您的意思。
The emblem is a gift bestowed by chaos, yes, but in essence, it is an amalgamation of a series of incantations. As long as it is an incantation, there must be a possibility to rewrite its structure. If the incantation can be rewritten to be a method of emblem transfer with a lesser burden that does not involve life and death, then perhaps both dragon shifters like Artem and even humans could also become Archons and shoulder the responsibility. Wait, Artem is a dragon shifter. Ever since Artem assumed power, he has been refining the laws and nurturing many capable individuals, including his aides. As long as there is a trusted successor, Artem can completely relinquish his burden and no longer bear the infamy infamy unjustly imposed upon him. Once free from the influence of the emblem, Artem's health will most likely recover. Wait, what am I thinking? Rewriting the emblem's incantation? Isn't this precisely recklessly discussing the divine power? You realize that you went too far and turned to Nyx beside you. Can we even trust this Nyx guy? Like, I'm not sure. Lord Nyx, what I meant was... Lord Nyx? Oh. It's not there. Only your shadow sways on the surface of the bookshelves, like some unspeakable existence looming over humans from high above. And before you can find the aid, you hear another set of footsteps coming from deep within the restricted section. Ooh. You can't help but raise the lantern higher. Although the man has long walked away, his silhouette is all too familiar. Artem? Why would he be here? Chase Artem. You take one last look at the eerily quiet surroundings, then resolutely chase after him. But there's always a certain distance between Artem and you. Just when you are about to catch up to him, he vanishes swiftly around the next corner. Is that really him? How? After a chase, a dead end finally appears not far ahead, with Artem right there. Your Majesty. The instant he turns his head, the bricks of the wall around you, steeped in the dark of the night, suddenly emit a white glow. And you, unable to stop due to your hasty sprint, are about to charge straight into it.
你在做什么?
Oh. Someone abruptly yanks you from behind? You fall into his heaving embrace. When you turn around, Artem, who should have been in front of you, is panting heavily, his face a mixture of bewilderment and urgency. I just wanted to go find you up ahead. Wait, why are you here?
前面?
Oh. Only now do you realize you are standing at the end of the restricted section. Before you is no dead end, but a massive semicircular window, wide open. Take one more step forward and you could easily plummet. Logically, there is no way Artem could have been walking ahead of you. Then, who exactly was that Artem I saw before?
7小时前，我想找你确认一些公事。有人告诉我，你问其他辅佐官借了钥匙，打算进入禁书区。但我今日没有从你这里听过任何相关请示，不免觉得有些蹊跷。果然，等我找过来之后，就看到你一直在往禁书区深处跑。天色已晚，我想首席辅佐官大人需要给我一个解释。为什么？
Artem quickly reins in his tone of concern, a bit unbecoming for an Archon, and resumes his usual manner of speech. You have no intention of concealing anything, and you know full well you cannot deceive him, the bearer of the emblem. You can only confess to him honestly. Because I was worried. Not only about your emblem, but many other things as well. If you always take on everything alone, it will become increasingly difficult for you. So I often think, it would be so good if there was something within my power I could do to share your burden. You might be overstepping your position as his subordinate with this kind of concern and worry for him, but you cannot find more accurate words at the moment. Therefore, you can only remain silent and await the interrogation that may proceed at any time. Artem does not look at you for a while. Instead, he gazes at the city outside bathed in silvery moonlight. Compared to the ever-burning lanterns of the royal capital, the stars in the sky symbolizing the divinities seem to have dimmed. Although the populace has always had various assessments of Artem's rule, it is indeed he who has breathed new life into this land you and others depend on. He stares fixedly for a moment, and when he withdraws his gaze, his eyes have softened like the night.
我早该想到， 你在目睹我的身体状况后，一定会四处奔走。这算是你的老毛病了，不是吗？
I want to know what his relationship with the MC in this isekai. Artem does not question you further. Instead, he adopts a gentle tone completely opposite to that in the court of justice. Like, are they like friends? Childhood besties? You're not overly surprised by this. You merely nod your head resignedly. In other words, it is precisely because you are the aide who has accompanied him the longest that you know his true nature. The MC is just an aide that has been with him for, I don't know, years?
和我们刚见面时一样，你总是把自己的安危抛之脑后，本能地关心他人。
Ooh. When was that? Oh. This is my first meeting with him? This card? This illustration? Oh my god, he looks so intimidating. The capital hadn't yet hung up festive banners. The storm stirred up by battling dragons howled and engulfed everything, raining down endless showers in death.
押上了。
Oh. Damn. Screenshot that. Your mind is still hazy. You stumble a bit when pushed towards the throne and nearly fall. Soon, an irresistible force makes you lift your head. The first thing that enters your eyes is the behemoth coiled on the throne. A dragon. No, it's just an illusion, right? Only dragon shifters can create a phantom of their true form. In that case, it is almost clear who the man before you is. Oh, is that his true form? The dragon. And with the force that made you raise your head just now, it seems there is only one possibility. You're on trial and he's presiding over it. Is he an official in the castle? The man shows a hint of surprise. Perhaps he sees that the one brought before him is just a common human. But that fleeting astonishment is soon covered by something more resolute and cold. He then speaks to you in a deep voice.
为什么会出现在城堡附近？上一任执政官突然化龙，引发骚乱，附近居民应该都被撤离了。
Dragon looms behind him like an enormous shadow. The clicking sound from deep in its throat is like a prelude to imminent flames. Wait, what do I feel like it's... I thought it's raining, but like it's just my fan. You repeatedly warn yourself this is just an illusion to intimidate you and make you cooperate. Then you take the initiative to meet the man's inscrutable eyes. I saw someone injured, so I turned back. If I hadn't taken the injured man away, he couldn't possibly survive.
可你最终还是没能救他。我没说错吧？
I can explain what happened. When you found that someone was left behind, you chose to return only after you had first confirmed that you could safely bring them back with the spells you had learned. But just as you were about to reach the man, you were suddenly repelled by an invisible barrier of unknown origin. By the time you came back to your senses, you had already been brought to the throne room for questioning.
解释？
Oh my god, what is that smirk? Excuse me? He is literally smirking. Oh. What is this tone? The man before you seems to read your thoughts directly and allows the dragon illusion behind him lash its tail fiercely.
自不量力的人类，仗着自己学过一点咒文，想当救世英雄。
Damn, he's looking down on me. Please.
你有没有想过，实际上那个人根本不用你救？
But
回答我。
I am absolutely folded right now. Guys, I'm folded. Answer me, he said. Holy shit. Ugh. Oh, as those words land, you suddenly feel an indescribable pressure. The dragon behind the man abruptly spreads its wings. You can feel an almost uncontrollable power coursing through the throne room. You can barely resist it.
如果我说，你当时拼命想救的对象其实是我，民众眼中沾满鲜血的弑君者。
Oh, it was him? You? It was you?
你又会作何反应呢？
Slayer?
因为聂秋无法自控，我为他做完了断后，便游龙化人回到地面。如此一来，寄宿在他身上的文辉也转到了我身上。
Oh, jeez. Wait, his sword is stained.
在这之后，我的亲信便前来与我会合，根本轮不上你救。更别提我作为聂秋之后的新一任执政官，还没弱到需要区区人类出手相助。
Oh, damn. I am sorry that I tried.
若是你事先得知了所谓施救对象的真实身份，还会这么不要命的过来吗？
I mean, I was just trying to save someone. What I saw at the time was just someone left behind amidst the chaos. No matter who they were or what they have done, I would have gone to them nonetheless. Yeah, like I see someone in pain, I go to them, right? That's me, the MC. Artem quietly appraises your sweat-drenched face. Just as you grit your teeth and prepare to endure more questions, you suddenly feel lighter. That strange pressure seems to have vanished completely.
哼，有趣。刚才我利用文辉向你施加影响，足以让那些对皱纹一知半解的人受伤甚至发疯。可你看上去，好像耐受程度相当惊人。你
I'm quite remarkable. Even now you'll find his true thoughts elusive. There is a subtle presage within you, as though both your destiny and his are gently shifting with each word exchanged.
算了，以后再问也无妨。
So I met him like the first meeting of the MC and him in this isekai is the time when he started becoming the new emblem bearer, the new king, the new archon. Ita? As you echo the thought, Artem gives you a deep penetrating look. There seems to be a certain inexpressible emotion flickering in his eyes, softening his originally tense expression for a moment.
你以为你被带来这里接受审问是你的终局，但实际上所谓的终点，不过是起始的另一种形式而已。
Oh shit.
接下来，就让我们再讨论一下如何处置你吧。
I shouldn't be punished for anything, you know? I was just trying to help. I was just a human trying to help. Following that puzzling remark, it appears Autumn's way of dealing with you is simply letting you stay in the castle and start learning incantations systematically. The more time you spend with him, the more you can personally feel that he is much gentler than he appears. Of course he is. He's my Artem after all. Of course he is. It's just that the identity bestowed upon him by the divinity is to preside over order, so he must show a tough side to others. It's a nice punishment to be able to stay with him. Give me an IRL Artem, please. Give me your hand, he said. Oh, I'll give you my everything. Oh, what? Caught off guard, you startle on the spot, facing Autumn's open palm.
这座城堡年代久远，像禁书区这种偏僻地带，可能会有我们不该接触的生物出没。它或许能轻易改变外貌，甚至蛊惑人心。
Damn, so that was like a ghost? Beings? Do you sense something, Your Majesty?
现在只有我们两人，将禁语去掉，也不会有人议论什么。
We are on that term? We are on that term where I don't need to use honorifics on him?
你的直觉很准，我确实有些疑虑。不过现在的首要任务 是送你出去。至于其他事，比如寻找突然不见了的辅佐官，交给我处理就好。
Oh, he knows. He knows about Nyx being missing. You gaze at Artem's hand in mid-air, knowing this is an irrefutable proposal, because as the Archon, he has always had the duty to protect others, not let them take risks for him. So you nod and grasp his warm hand. I can touch him? I can touch him? I can imagine that. In the restricted session where the temperature plummets at night, Artem's hand is your only source of warmth. And only here can you briefly shed the identities of Archon and Aid and merely walk together quietly as two souls having known each other for a long time. Oh my god, just date already, you crazy. You look at his cape constantly lifted by his steps and feel an indescribable emotion swelling in your heart. Let's keep silent. Just a bit further and you'll be out of the restricted section. Then you'll part ways, and now I still want to ask him one more thing. Artem? Yeah, it's always awkward for me to call someone by their name if I like them. If I like them, it's always awkward to me to call their name. Oh, I truly like Artem. I'm stupid. Okay, shut up. Have you really never thought of clearing those untrue accusations against you? I can completely help you do that. I want to share your burden. At least in public view, Artem is used to acting alone, and that loneliness often becomes the source of attacks on him. But in fact, he doesn't need to do this at all. If he decided from the start to bear everything himself, why train the aides? Hearing your words become a bit hurried, Artem looks back and gently squeezes your hand.
你已经做得很好了。我和你说过，现在我完全有能力处理一切。
Damn. But Artem lightly shakes his head at you.
每个人将要走的路，从很早以前就已经被定下。不管是你还是我，都有不可撼动、注定要去完成的使命。至于完成使命途中遇到的非议，简直不值一提。
Oh shit, oh, he's capable like that. He's fully capable like that. Oh my god.
而我一直都能感觉到，你的使命还远远不在此处。
What do you mean? I always go be with you. What do you mean? Mission? But who exactly gave us our missions? The divinities? Divinities? As it's Artem you are talking with, you subconsciously express your thoughts boldly. Perhaps those who study incantations all hold this view to some extent. The so-called divinities, how do you pronounce that word? And gods are merely superior beings who understand the rules of incantations. They are powerful, yes, but not completely aloof and above comment.
如果想知道答案，我需要你继续和我共事，先顺利度过卡俄斯之夜，然后你就会慢慢明白的。
Okay, get through the festival first. Pondering Artem's words, you realize that as he looks back at you, he also glances far into the depths of the increasingly distant restricted section. There's nothing there, or perhaps that is only as it appears. After that night, you work with Artem over festival affairs as he hopes, until the night of chaos finally arrives. Unsure if incidents like the opera will occur in the city, you even draft multiple contingency plans. However, unexpected as it seems, the days leading up to the festival are quite peaceful. Something is up. Where is Lord Nyx? In the words of the other aides, it's as if the city has been blessed by chaos themselves. Not sure about that. I feel like something is coming. Something bad is going to happen. I don't know. At the peak of the festival, the castle becomes the quietest place on the continent. Most aides have gone to the city or are on holiday, Only you remain in the throne room, compiling the scattered documents on the table into volumes. Looks like it's just about done. While stationed at the castle leading up to the festival, you accompany Artem in handling government affairs by day and sequester yourself in the study to research the emblem by night. The current results align with your previous conjecture. Rewriting the incantation rules for the emblem isn't impossible, just risky. I wonder if Artem will agree to let me attempt this. As that thought crosses your mind, a muffled boom of exploding fireworks reverberates from outside the castle. The indigo glass windows are instantly splashed with cascading illusions. In the window's reflection, you can see Artem still sitting silently on the throne. Even through a layer of shadow, you can tell he's been watching you like this for a long time. Do you want to go out and take a look together, Artem? It's a rare occasion. Staying here watching from afar feels like we're missing out on something.
我还没习惯太热闹的地方。
Despite his words, Artem gazes in the direction of the fireworks, just like you. But Artem, isn't this festival is to like celebrate you and your emblem? I'm not sure. He lightly caresses the throne's armrest for a moment, seemingly pondering something, and finally speaks again.
不过你说的对，这么好的节日，像往常一样待在这里确实很可惜。
Yeah, let's go out. Let's go out and see what's popping outside.
除了城里，我还知道另一个地方可以散心。
Oh.
你要一起来吗？
Look at me, all shy. Oh my god, he's like, I know a place. And then he will bring me to the freaking Semak Samun or something. I shall accept your gracious invitation. With no one else around, you drop your usual respectful way of addressing him and give him a playful, imperfect curtsy. This curtsy seems to evoke a curious illusion between the two of you, as though the next second you'll begin dancing in the empty hall. But you both know this is no courtly social and you'll never be a traditional noblewoman dancing with him. Artem slightly averts his gaze, as though reluctant to let you see the current Archon stifling a laugh after being amused. Oh my god, just laugh! Let me see.
你先等我一会儿。
But after Artem leaves the throne room, you wait a long while without seeing him return. Growing increasingly puzzled, you're about to check the corridor outside the throne room when... Son of Wind? Is he dragon? A fierce gust abruptly lifts up the hem of your coat. You brush aside your tousled hair and look behind you. There on the terrace outside the other side of the throne room, an enormous creature is slowly descending. He turns into a dragon for me? Oh my god. The disappointment. Immeasurable. How are they able to draw out some dragon illustration in the card but not as this NPC right here, you know? How could they? I know! They are robbing us! What even is this? Pause, I need a break. This is so stupid. This is so dumb. I swear. They are robbing us. Artem? You hurry over, tightly gripping the railing of the terrace. Terrace? Terrace? The dragon, quietly observing you now, is nearly indistinguishable from the night. No words are needed. You understand what the invitation really is. So with one last glance back at the throne room to confirm no one sees you vaulting over the railing barehanded, you agilely leap onto the dragon's back. So dumb. Soaring through the boundless night, you feel your hair constantly tossed by the wind, the scenery below gradually growing larger. Only when the dragon touches down steadily do you realize you've been brought to a small island in a lake far from the city center. Another strong gust sweeps past as Artem, having shifted back to human form, strides over. Is he naked?
为了不引起民众恐慌和其他不必要的麻烦
Once again robbed.
我想散心时就会独自来这里。如果再往那个方向走一段，就有可以歇脚的地方了。
How is he wearing clothes? Like, you know what? I don't want to question that. Okay, fine. A place to rest? Oh, you stroll along the edge of the island for a while and soon find a rock big enough for two to sit side by side. Rock is slightly slanted, so to avoid sliding down, you must sit as close to the person beside you as possible. Sumimasen, sorry, let me scoot over a little bit.
再过来一点也没关系。
Can I sit on your lap then? As Artem says this to you, his eyes are fixed on a more distant spot. He gazes not at the sky above the royal capital illuminated by fireworks, but out at the darker lake. Is that? Following his line of sight, you're surprised to see an ornately decorated small boat slowly sailing. Listening closely, you can even hear the people on the boat singing an unknown folk song. What is that?
他们都是我的同族。
Skin. Dragon shifters? His family? Dragon shifters? Artem has never mentioned his people to you before. Not to mention the dwindling numbers and the elusiveness of dragon shifters, only Artem is still involved in politics. You can't help but observe the departing boat with heightened curiosity, imagining where its passengers are headed. Are they traveling by boat at this late hour?
算是吧。确切来说，他们踏上的是一次一旦离开就不会回来的旅行。
Oh, are they like migrating?
这些年来，我的大部分族人都已经像这样纷纷离开，所以才会给你们留下人口渐少的印象。
That is sad. They won't return? You're only discussing other people, but you feel a part of your heart wrenched forcefully. When Artem's gaze returns, his eyes remain as gentle as the twinkling stars above.
长久以来，我这一族确实受到了各种眷顾，早早持有了超前的力量和智慧。但这股优势不可能永远存在。比如现在我们眼前的烟火，并非由龙制造，而是由……我相信总有一天，你们会迎来完全属于你们的时代。
What about you then?
对龙来说，我们能教的都已经教给你们了。咒文、律法，管理这片大陆的方式。
Now I'm sad. Now I'm just upset.
所以完成神赋予我们的使命后，我们会去更适合长居的地方，也就是这片大陆的极西之地。
What? So he's just going to leave? Am I supposed to be his successor? And then he's gonna be like, I'm gonna leave the country to you? In your hands? Well, that is just upset.
那里远离权力中心，战争、伤痛和死亡都不会到达那里。因此，任何皱纹或是纹灰也不会再向我们施加影响。
I mean, it's good for them. It's good for you guys, dragon shifters. that you're not going to be in pain anymore, but like, Artem doesn't explicitly state his plans on the future, but you already have a vague idea. You almost imagine him standing on the deck when you look at the boat on the lake. If he hands over ruling authority to his human aides, including you, and sails away like his kin, then each festival from now on will no longer be like how it is tonight. No more celebrating dragon shifters. But is leaving really necessary for Artem?
要是你对那处极西之地感兴趣，我还可以告诉你更多关于那里的奇闻异事。
Actually, rather than interested, gazing at Artem, you shake your head as if to clear your thoughts, but the bizarre feeling in your heart lingers. Artem has never said he wants to leave before. Is this really something he's determined to do? And if this is how he truly feels, maybe there are other solutions. Ikanai, I don't want you to go.
什么？
You abruptly raise your head, seeing Artem's surprised look. You realize you've directly voiced your thoughts aloud. Now, I mean, as an aide, that's not it at all. The reason you don't want to bid him farewell stems from some other feelings you just can't tell him about. You sigh softly because you realize that hiding this further would only be deceiving yourself. I believe there's more than one way to mitigate the negative effects of the emblem, not just by leaving. Artem, if I say I can find a way to solve this, will you let me try? Just give me a chance to rewrite the incantations attached to the emblem.
先等一下。
Artem suddenly shakes his head at you and glances towards the castle and capital.
你听。
Oh. Are they still setting off fireworks? A burly and explosive boom reverberates from afar. Oh, it's not fireworks. A light far brighter than fireworks illuminates the entire sky, mixed with indiscernible strange noises. An explosion? You leap to your feet. Artem still stares at the source of the light, his expression dark and inscrutable.
不，或许不仅仅是爆炸，还有其他声音。
Well, as the emblem's bearer, his perception is undoubtedly better than yours. The eerie contrast between this strange sight and the overly peaceful state of the city in recent days sets off alarm bells in your mind. See, something is happening! Before you can question further, he shoots you a look, signaling you to leave with him. Oh man. You've barely landed back in the throne room with Artem when a loud cry echoes from the streets below.
让暴君滚出来！
Oh? What tyrant? Tyrant? What? The citizens' angry voices mingle with the sound of them scuffling with the knights. Judging from the people's attire, it seems a festive procession heading nearby the castle suddenly changed their celebratory chants when they arrived.
我们沉默着等了那么多天，不就是为了现在吗？
What?
那位智者说的对，我们不能再沉默下去了。
The sage? Who are they referring to? It is unlikely to be heard clearly if you shout to the people from the place as high as here, let alone ask what the goal of that young leader is.
什么强大的化龙一族？试问你们哪一代不是为了权力自相残杀？你们龙统治得了这里，我们人类就不行吗？现在辅佐所谓执政官的辅佐官们，哪一个不是有识之士？让出王位，交给更贤明的人。
I mean, that was Artem's plan. But the aides only gained their vast knowledge thanks to Artem's teachings over the years. Well, that's a side of history that masses never see. All they witness are the clashes between generations of archons. Can't just stand by and do nothing like before. I have to clear things up. Artem, I'm going to find the other aides.
为什么要走？
You find yourself standing alone and unsure in the center of the throne room. Artem enters from a side door. The flickering lamps cast dark shadows across his face. Huh?
他们有句话说得很对。你身为人类辅佐官，确实有足够的学识统治这里，不是吗？我记得你刚才说想改写文徽咒文。如果没有猜错，你是希望创造一种更安全的让渡方式。不通过生死的轮回，而是像普通的官员选举那样，将文徽一代代传承下去。
Yes, that's right. But how did you... Artem doesn't answer right away. Instead, he observes your face closely.
只是做了些猜测而已。毕竟文徽会赋予持有者无穷的智慧，进行些假设并不难。所以现在，为什么不试试看呢？
But to who? You mean you're willing to let me attempt to rewrite the incantation of the emblem? But before, you said you could handle it alone. Artem cuts you off with a pointed look towards the window, urging you to take in the view of the city once more. The conflict rages on outside. If people were driven to such unrest by a mere opera before, the current situation will only lead to more dire consequences. In other words, time is running out for you to act. I understand. At present, there is only one way to quell the people's anger while freeing Artem from his physical torment, and that is to transfer his emblem out of the public eye to another aide. You. Me? Although you've conducted countless studies on this very thing, your throat still goes dry when you actually place your hand on Artem's skin, preparing to chant.
别紧张，要是实在担心，就看着我的眼睛。
Okay, I'll begin then. Then takes a few steps back and sits on the throne while you stand before him, leaning in close. The aura emanating from him feels at odds with the tense atmosphere outside the castle. It evokes countless memories. The scent of dust from when you first met him, the tranquil, restricted archives years later, the island in the middle of the lake under a starry sky just this night. Inhaling deeply, you focus your attention on his exposed neck and place your hand over it. You're not really Artem, are you? Huh? Right, I mean, even the way he speaks is different. The moment your words fade, a burst of fireworks explode in the night sky. The dazzling colors brightly illuminate Artem's faintly smiling face, casting an eerie and undeniably unfamiliar air.
首席辅佐官大人为什么会这么想？
You speak weird. You're not the Artem I know. Call it the intuition of a sorcery researcher. Don't you feel there have been too many strange occurrences in and around the castle lately? The Artem I know is used to shielding others. He wouldn't let them throw themselves into danger alongside him. But now you're allowing me to do something as risky as rewriting the incantation. No, you're not just allowing me. You're even encouraging me to do this, and it isn't the first time something like this has happened.
怪事。也许只是首席辅佐官大人多虑了。
Oh, you're speaking like Marius right now. That tone is Marius's tone. You come to the near instantaneous conclusion that the real Artem would never converse with you like this. Yet the aura emanating from the man before you undoubtedly belongs to Artem. It gives rise to an ominous foreboding within you. Unless you fully expose this person who has taken over Artem's body and now speaks to you, the farce tonight will not end. When I first saw the Archon show signs of illness at the Inquisition, an aide immediately came to ask me how to handle it. Soon after, an aide lent me the key to the library's restricted section, made sure I began researching, and even conjured an illusion so I'd run into the real Artem. It's as though someone planted the idea to find a way to transfer ownership of the emblem in my mind. Then he reinforced my determination step by step. The only issue is that research often requires a great deal of time. In that case, a riot has been instigated to force my hand.
那么首席辅佐官大人得出的结论是
Artem interjects softly. He turns to gaze out at the clamoring crowd once more, seemingly unbothered by the threat you pose.
如果再不快点，也许愤怒的民众就会冲进城堡了。
Remember the ancient texts? Whether human or dragon, they may be blinded by desire or even bewitched, drawn into bloody battles for the emblem. It seems that on this night, 100 years later, I've become the protagonist of this latest cycle. The one who has guided my actions, openly and from the shadows. He is likely waiting for me to seize the emblem and become the next Archon, isn't he?
我都说过了，这只是你。
What? The real Artem once warned me. Beings capable of shape-shifting and skilled at bewitching hearts might be lurking in the castle. In that case, was the aide who spoke to me that night in the restricted section truly himself? And the sage who riled up the people tonight to overthrow the tyrant, is he really human? For a moment, you think the man before you will become enraged, so you tense up and ready a spell to attack. But instead, he closes his eyes as though savoring the dissonant noises from outside the castle, as if they are a grand opera.
我真的蛊惑了你吗？
What is that? What is that face? Holy shit, wait. Yandere Artem? Hello? Excuse me, sumimasen. Gomenasai. Yandere Artem. I need some milk. Yandere Artem, are we being so serious right now? Are we being for real, for real? He looks so crazy. He looked actually insane. Wait, I need to savor this. Do it again.
我真的蛊惑了你吗？不过是把你和佐然各自的愿望具象化，帮你们把一直不敢诉诸于口的心事说出来而已。
Don't change the subject, yo.
还没发现吗？早在我夺取佐然的意识和你对话前，你就已经被欲望支配了。
Oh shit! Oh my god, that voice acting. Do it again.
还没发现吗？早在我夺取佐然的意识和你对话前，你就已经被欲望支配了。
Oh my god. Alright, chat, this might be my favorite card. This might just be my favorite flavor of Artem. Mr. Yandere Zoran. Do it again.
还没发现吗？早在我夺取佐然的意识和你对话前，你就已经被欲望支配了。
Oh my god, the drop. Oh my, his cadence. Oh.
想为他人分忧的欲望，与他长久相守的欲望。
It's so good. This is so good. This is so good.
而我最喜欢心怀欲望的孩子了，那么单纯，又是那么孤注一掷。
Am I crazy or is he crazy? I think I'm crazy. I have something to say. I have something to say about this flavor of Artem. Okay, listen. He's got like a bit of Marius. He's got like a bit of Vin. This is like a 3-in-1. This is a treat for me. This is like Nescafe 3-in-1 for me, you know? This is absolutely my favorite flavor of Artem. Come on. Can he stay like this forever? Can he have Marius' confidence and can he have Vin's red flagness? Can he? Forever? I want him. You gasp as an unseen force slams you to the marble floor. You barely manage to prop yourself up as Artem slowly advances. Or more accurately, the unspeakable, unseeable being that has seized control of Artem's body and now addresses you directly. When did this start? When he briefly left the throne room and returned to invite you to the island? Or was it after?
既然这么想为他分担压力，为什么不一路走到底，干脆代替左然继承文徽呢？左然的状况日渐恶化，而你一定可以比他更能运用我降下的祝福。
I need this to be recorded and then become my sleep ASMR. Yep. Blessings? That Neil Hume, is that you? Your eyes widen suddenly, a suspicion that formed when you first confronted the man but remained unconfirmed, now eclipses all other thoughts. A being powerful enough to easily control Artem, with motive to actively sow turmoil in pursuit of the new emblem bearer. Only one possibility remains. But before you can voice the answer, Artem suddenly lets out a short, pained gasp, as though he is fighting to suppress a constantly surging agony, as if he is desperately pushing back against an invisible force.
离他远点，不许再碰他。
Artem? Is that you?
我说了，离他远点，卡俄斯。
Oh, it's chaos. Oh my god. The sudden volume drop was kind of weird. Though only the two of you are here, a fierce gale tosses you back. It sends you sliding towards the balcony. In this final moment, the divinity who has yet to show his true form, the one Artem commanded to withdraw, unfurls a curtain of black mist and swallows you whole. Disoriented and weightless, you drift aimlessly in a sea of darkness, unable to discern any sense of direction. Artem, where are you?
你根本什么都不明白。
A deep voice rumbles in response.
对你和左然，乃至整个世界来说，由你来接受我赐予的文徽，才是最优解。
You're chaos? Why did you cause this order? All your education thus far has taught you that chaos is the divinity who bestows blessings and enables the Archon to maintain order in the world. And it is for this very reason that the people hold a festival tonight to express their gratitude.
引发混乱。恰恰相反，我所做的反而是在维护摇摇欲坠的秩序。我现在就让你看清楚支撑这个世界运转的真理。
A howling wind assails your ears once more as you squint against the unending dust whipped into a frenzy. As far as the eye can see, only endless ruins sprawl before you. In the distance, the castle too is shrouded in a layer of gloomy ash. This isn't the throne room. Where did chaos take me? In the wake of the Nilhume incident, Artem had the area around the castle rebuilt. This place should be lush with greenery. You struggle to sit up. You instinctively want to walk towards the castle, but at that moment, a piercing screech rends the sky. Artem! The massive dragon tumbling through the clouds is undoubtedly Artem. But another dragon soon bursts from the cover of clouds and barrels towards Artem, a torrent of flames shooting out from its mouth. 2 dragons? That's Nilhume? Oh, this was when they were fighting. The dragons are too far away. Even sprinting with all your might towards where they're fighting, you can only cover a meager distance like a crawling ant. But Nilhume is already gone. Why is he? Your mind reels, the scene before you achingly, dreadfully familiar. This is the past you experienced firsthand. Chaos conjured this illusion to make you relive the conflict that spawned all this suffering and turmoil. Only this time, you will see even more clearly. You will see exactly how Artem obtained the emblem once again. R.I.P. Wait, has the emblem already started to transfer? With a tortured roar, Nilhume's draconic form begins to disobey him. His wings falter. An unnaturally bright radiance suffuses his body as the dragon beside him desperately tries to slow his plummet. Huh? Why is Artem... Artem is clearly also in the throes of some terrible agony. None of your emblem researches to date has ever recorded a case like this. They're both going to fall. No time for hesitation, you fire off a spell at breakneck speed to cushion both Artem and Nilhume's fall. The instant you finish chanting, a severe, uncontrollable pressure assails you. It's as though an invisible current rampages through the area unchecked. You almost vomit from the overpowering nausea. Tangled incantation? The term flashes through your mind. This is an exceedingly rare case. It occurs only when multiple potent spells collide and produce unpredictable results. If the spell you cast did indeed fuse with the emblem incantation currently transferring between Nilhume and Artem, not even Chaos himself can accurately foretell what will unfold next.
老师，这是什么？
Is that Artem speaking? Artem, where are you? Your shout vanishes. It is devoured by a boundless expanse of searing white light. Neither Artem nor Nilhume realize you're there, or rather, they remain unaware that the tangle has forged a sensory link, which allows you to witness the emblem's succession in its entirety.
老师，为什么会变成这样？
Oh, hold on, pause. Was I the cause of conflict? Was I the cause of this shit? Beyond the reaches of your sight, the brand of the emblem may be searing itself into Artem's back at this very moment. He clearly didn't anticipate the process of attaining a new power to be so excruciating. All the while, Nilhume's life force rapidly wanes.
抱歉，左然，是我没能早点查明真相，然后告诉你，文辉从来都不是神的赐福，而是他给所有理想主义者的一颗禁果。
It was never a blessing? Forbidden fruit? You gasp, but they don't hear it. It is carried away by the ceaseless winds drifting between the two.
左然，你在接受文辉后，会获得无穷的力量和智慧，但与之相对的，你也必将承受没有尽头的混沌和诅咒。正因为你会比谁看得都清晰，
比谁看得都长远，因此也不得不直视盘踞于这个世界的暗面。卡俄斯则会一直笑着旁观，直到你被完全吞噬。
That is mean.
等你的一切被消耗殆尽，他便会去寻找下一个心怀理想之人。
Shit. So this is the true reason behind the conflicts that plague each generation of Archons. The divinity exploits people's yearning for an ideal world and lures them in, and even now he aims to make you the next offering after Artem.
那你
轮回本就不应该存在。我想切断自己和神的联系，但现在明显失败了。对不起，佐然。也许这才是这个世界的真相。我们一直在追求的绝对理想的秩序和正义，从来都不存在。唯一存在于世的，只有神明影响下的权力再分配而已。而现在你已经知道了这些，那么你接下来又会
Artem shouts something else to his mentor, but you can no longer hear him. The endless white engulfs you completely. Wordlessly, it declares that what Chaos wished to show you has concluded for now. Oh man, what was that? Wait, let me pause for a bit. So it's a curse. It's a curse, and it was never a blessing. And then, what was that? What was that? And I was supposed to be the next successor. What is going on? Atsune. This story is kind of atsu. As the blinding light slowly dissipates, you find yourself still sprawled raggedly on rubble and sand. Artem and Nilhum are nowhere to be seen. Grains of yellow sand skitter towards you. You lift your head to see a figure approaching.
感想如何？ 在已知我的意志不可违背的情况下，你是不是应该像佐然曾对聂秋做过的那样，早点让他解脱呢？不然迟早有一天，他也会暴走的。
Why choose me of all people as the emblem's next bearer?
你很有天赋，当然更重要的是，你和佐然太像。你们都比起自己更关心他人，必要时甚至愿意牺牲自己的一部分安危，以换取所谓更好的未来。目前我对你印象还不错，所以别怕。等你承受不住文辉的影响，我再帮你找个继承人就行。
Damn.
如果及时让渡文辉，说不定还能捡回一命。
That's a load of nonsense. You're just looking for a mortal vessel to bear your emblem, to control this land through its ruler. The sand churns more violently at your feet as chaos laughter echoes from somewhere beyond your sight. Does he think you're overestimating yourself, or does he truly view all creation as mere playthings, your fury no more than trifling entertainment?
怎么说话这么不留情面呢？既然你这么倔，我也不强求。那你应该也很乐意看到我把你丢在这地方自生自灭。别忘了。
Though he fades with the retreating winds, chaos parting taunt lingers heavily with malicious glee.
这里不是你正在经历的现实。
I'm gonna be stuck here.
在你本应该待的地方，佐然还在和文辉带来的影响做斗争。如果你还想和他重聚，是不是得尽快从这鬼地方出来？
The gale snatches away his final mocking words. You're left trapped and alone, a prisoner of the endless sands. I have to hurry. Any illusion can be shattered by exploiting its flaws. If the scene before you is indeed a mirage woven by chaos, then no matter how realistic, it must bear traces of his sorcerer's meddling. Yet everywhere you look, from the howling winds to the grit of sand against your skin, it all feels disturbingly uncannily real. This won't do. I need to get out now. Despite repeated failures, you stagger but trudge onwards. Is that Artem over there? Hearing his voice spurs you into a run, heedless of the rubble that threatens to trip you at every turn. At the edge of the whirling sands, Artem leans heavily against a crumbling wall, gasping for breath. Artem? Driven by pure instinct, you lunge towards him, only to stop short mere paces away. If this illusion replaced the past, then his trusted aid should arrive any moment to carry him away from here. Back when you were unaware of Artem's identity, you had doubled back in an attempt to save him, only to unexpectedly wind up captured and brought back to the castle. From that point on, your fates become entwined. But now it seems Artem has no intention of leaving at all?
老师，误会，为什么？
He seems lost in the echoes of Neil Hume's words, mumbling through gritted teeth as he fights to endure the searing agony of his wounds. It's as though he cannot bring himself to believe his mentor, yet has no choice but to accept the chaotic reality folding before him. Whether or not he can recover from his mentor's devastating blow, if his injuries are not tended to properly, the damage will be irreversible. But Artem has already inherited the emblem. Why isn't he treating himself? And where is the one meant to take him away? Unless... You attempt to sort through the tangle of thoughts crowding your mind, only to halt abruptly as your anxiety reaches its peak. No, this isn't right. From the very beginning, chaos has been playing a game of semantics. This place exists outside your present reality. Realities opposite can mean either an illusion or the past. So that's why I couldn't find any flaws in the illusion, no matter how I tried. Because the divinity sent me directly into the past. With thoughts still reeling in your head, you find yourself murmuring the final answer. In a daze, you raise your head to stare ahead once more. Then, the Artem I see before me now is the real self from the past. The sting of sand pelting your skin gradually fades from your senses. As your future self observed his past self, words fail you at this moment. If you rewrote the emblem's incantation right here and now, could you spare him the suffering it will inflict upon him years later? If you shouldered the emblem's burden in his stead, would he still speak of leaving on that night by the lake? As for yourself, can you bear the consequences of altering the future? You know, I would do it for Artem.
谁在那里？
At some point, you realize your cheeks are damp with tears. Artem struggles to drag himself closer to your position. He seems to have mistaken you for an intruder who shouldn't be here. Artem! The instant he collapses from blood loss, you can no longer restrain your voice. He seems to have slipped into semi-consciousness. If you take one more step towards him, everything that follows will unfold differently. What do we do, chat? Do it for Artem? Do it for Artem? I honestly would do it for him. I would do anything for him. Do it for Artem. It's Artem. Yes. I live for Artem. I am here because of Artem. I survive for Artem. Artem! Go to him. You begin to emerge from your hiding place and make your way towards him. Having made this choice, you ready yourself to be discovered by others at any moment, like the aide who should be coming for Artem. Huh? The aide who Artem claimed would appear, who should exist in this past, is still not here. Why isn't anyone coming? You haven't done anything thus far that would alter the future. The one time you attempted to cushion Artem and Nilhume's fall with a spell, it didn't even work. So who exactly reached out to help him in this critical moment?
每个人将要走的路，从很早以前就已经被定下。不管是你还是我，都有不可撼动、注定要去完成的使命。至于完成使命途中遇到的非议，简直不值一提。而我一直都能感觉到，你的使命还远远不在此处。
Oh man, he knew from the beginning. Mission, but who exactly gave us our mission?
如果想知道答案，我需要你继续和我共事，先顺利度过卡俄斯之夜。然后，你就会慢慢明白的。
That is typical Artem. He'd hint at the path you are meant to take with comforting words, all while quietly watching over you. Almost as though he's personally witnessed your future self a long time ago.
你算了，以后再问也无妨。你以为你被带来这里接受审问是你的终局，但实际上所谓的终点，不过是起始的另一种形式而已。
No one else ever came. Since Artem was indeed saved on this day, the only one who could have been in contact with him is your future self. And Artem has known this all along. He has been constantly guiding you until you realize where your true mission lies. Your approaching him here won't change the past or future, but rather conforms precisely to your destiny. Perhaps not even Chaos anticipated this. When faced with the ship of fate, even the divinity's choices amount to no more than a single rivet upon its hull. After all, we're all traveling an unknown path until we reunite at the starting point we call the end. Oh!
你是
Beautiful. Beautiful. Artem! Artem! Shh, don't speak yet. He crouched down beside Artem, shielding him from the dust whipped into a frenzy by the raging winds. He lets out a small cough and glances down at his chest. Faint golden glow emanates from within as your healing incantation takes effect. As the pain gradually subsides from his body, he studies you with a hint of wonder.
我从没见过你，但总觉得有种熟悉的感觉。
Artem seems as though he's about to inquire after your name, but shakes his head slightly at the last moment.
这种开场白，听上去不仅蹩脚，还会让人会错意。抱歉，我现在说的话很乱吧？刚才发生了太多事。
I know. Compared to the Artem of the present, you indeed already know the secret of his emblem and everything he will face. Precisely because you've clearly seen all that awaits him, a profound sense of pity wells up inside you as you meet his eyes. They are still ignorant of the burdens of the future. Oh no.
你知道，但怎么可能？
Can't fully confide in you just yet, but there are at least a few things I want to tell you now. Your ideals have never been shattered, Artem. You can see your own reflection in Artem's eyes. Like him, you're covered in dust, your hair thoroughly tousled by the fierce winds. Even if he's surrounded by endless chaos and ash in the days to come, you still hope his eyes remain as clear as they are in this moment. So you pour out the words you've longed to say ever since witnessing Neil Hume's fate. You carefully enunciate each syllable for him to hear. Oh, the emblem incantation? Oh, you've never strayed from the right path, so no matter what you hear from others, never doubt yourself. Because at the end of your future, you will see me there waiting for you. So just hold on a little longer. Just a little longer, and then you catch the sound of hurried footsteps barely audible beneath the howling winds as someone rushes this way. It's me! It's my past self! That's what happened! Artem clearly notices as well, turning to look in the direction of the noise.
那是
You're well aware of who's approaching. You smile at Artem with a soft sigh. She's finally here. The you from the past, heedless of the danger, came back simply because someone was trapped here. Just as Chaos' early assessment. You were so pure and so recklessly throwing yourself into the currents of fate. You'll find me again very soon.
可在那之后，我们又会
Consider my next words as my promise to you, and a prophecy for the future. You are the scales of justice and order. No matter what happens, you will not be shaken, and I will never leave your side. Oh my god, that gave me goosebumps. Oh, so good. Line goes so hard. Oh. After you finish speaking, Artem falls silent, strangely silent. As the new Archon bearing the emblem, he easily grasps such a simple implication. There is no need for you to say more.
那就约定好了。
You sense the powerful flow of magic surging around you as Artem makes use of the emblem for the first time since inheriting it. Using this power bestowed by the divinity as a medium, he can help you break through the boundary between past and future and return you to the time where you belong. So that's what happened. The you from the past was knocked unconscious by the immense shock wave of this power. This is why everything that followed unfolded as it did. Which explains Artem's look of realization upon seeing you in the throne room back then. It wasn't his first time meeting you.
在无限延伸的未来中，当我一眼认出你时，希望你也记得我。
As his power envelopes you and you begin to float upwards, you glance back at him once more. His eyes overflow with a soft starlit glow, as though he's been watching you like this for a long, long time, from the past into the future.
在被换作终点的起始之地，我也会等着你。
Oh, I will be waiting for you too. There's still so much you want to tell him, the things you couldn't tell him in the restricted section of the library and on the island, and so much more. As you call out his name, he grips your wrist tightly, as if he also wishes for you to linger here a while longer. The instant you fall back into his embrace from mid-air, a dizzying sense of weightlessness reminds you of the throne room in the future. Many years later, on the night of that festival, you will race onto the balcony, leap over the railing, and gently land upon the back of Artem in his dragon form. Will he remember that night? If you brush aside his bangs now and press a soft kiss to his forehead. As you put that thought into action, everything around you collapses like falling rain, dragging you down with it. Oh my god. Oh. Sensation of free fall pulls you ever downward until a dull pain jolts through you and you open your eyes to find yourself back in the throne room. I made it back. What happened? Wait, I need a drink. The place where Archons and Aides once convened and has been reduced to a scene of near total destruction. Through a wall torn open, you gaze up at the sky, which is now tinged with the golden light of dawn. And at the edge of that light, two dragons rise into the air, each seeking to rend the other asunder. Artem and who? Chaos? If one of the dragons is Artem, then the other must be Chaos. Artem once hinted that Chaos can easily change his form. The only one with motive to engage Artem in a death match right now is the so-called divinity. But before you can unleash a spell to support Artem, the dragon manifestation of Chaos suddenly lets out a piercing shriek. The sound reverberates in your ears, followed by a thunderous crash as someone plummets to the ground before you. Oh, Artem! Hold on, I'll help treat your wounds right away.
我没事，只是需要一点喘息时间。倒是你。
He's lying. The recent clash seems to have drained his strength. It caused him to lose his draconic form and fall. The wounds inflicted by Chaos are exceedingly strange. Your healing spell takes effect far more slowly than usual. Yet Artem doesn't seem to notice at all. He gently places his hands over yours, which are currently trembling.
太好了！我一直知道你不会上卡厄斯的当，一定会想办法回来的。你刚才被他送回过去时，我想法挣脱了他的控制，在你回来之前，尽量躲。从在禁术区意识到不对劲开始，我就一直知道。 我们迟早会做个了断。
Shit, a reckoning? Artem, you can't possibly mean.
老师没能完成的愿望，现在必须由我来完成。
He's referring to Neil Hume's desire to sever the Archon's ties with Chaos before he lost control, to stop the divinity from ruling this land with invisible strings.
所以现在，我需要你最后再做一件事。
Before Artem can continue, you've already rushed over to embrace him. Even when completely bathed in the light of dawn, his hands gradually turn cold. Oh my god. Oh my god, then. Oh my god, MC looks so pretty. Her outfit actually so pretty. What the hell? Shit.
你先听我说，文辉的状态有些不稳定。卡厄斯想借攻击我，让我像老师那样失控，这样，他甚至免去了亲自动手的麻烦。 你是我见过最优秀的咒术师，所以不要让我变成那样。
I will fight for you.
至少不要在你面前。
The divine dragon circles high above, poised to dive at any moment like the shadow perpetually looming over this continent. Gritting your teeth, you nod and hold Artem even tighter against yourself. Leave it to me. The very reason I returned here is to fulfill our promise. Do you still remember, Artem? I once said this to you. You are the scales of justice and order. No matter what happens, you will not be shaken, and I shall never leave your side. As you fully commit yourself and recite the incantation you've chanted countless times before, a sense of relief washes over you. As the capricious hand of fate steers you to this exact moment, never have you seen your mission with such piercing clarity. As for the criticism or hardships encountered in the process of fulfilling that mission, they are no different from dust scattered by the wind. Thou art descended from the divinities entrusted to us to sustain, as sword and shield, as scales of law dwell upon my flesh. From this day forth, I command thee.
机关，你在做什么？快停下来！
Once started, an incantation cannot be forcibly paused midway. After what happened the previous night, we've come to understand that as long as you act within the rules set by the divinities, victory will forever elude you. In that case, the only path forward is to break free of those rules entirely.
现在还没到改写文徽上皱纹的时候，你不会成功的，卡厄斯塔。
Oh, shut up! If we don't do something now, there will never be another chance. The complex incantation affixed to Artem's emblem proves exceptionally difficult to modify without leading to chaotic disruptions. You feel the power within yours surging wildly, nearly out of control, as you force the changes. Gritting your teeth, you manage to chant one more line. Oh my god, I'm getting lightheaded. This is so drama. Before you can finish, the draconic form of chaos in the sky lets out a thunderous roar, barely maintaining balance.
什么？你这是在？
If we can't sever your connection to chaos ourselves, then we'll force him to sever the connection himself. I haven't rewritten much of the emblem's incantation, but it's enough for my offensive magic to reach chaos directly through this link. If chaos values his own life, he'd best relinquish the emblem soon.
我说了让你停下来，这相当于犯下了弑神的大罪。我亲手体会过的痛苦，只会加倍降临在你身上。从此以后，等待着你的将是无尽的混沌，连赴死都会变成一种奢望。
Shut up! Then let us both bear the burden of infamy and sin. You lower your head, gently stopping Artem from saying more. Before the near berserk divinity, you exchange secret vows, laughing as you discuss walking an unknown path together. I don't mind sharing similar burdens with you. After all, didn't we already make that promise? At the end of your future, you will see me there waiting for you.
未来。
Our future together. Artem seems to want to tell you something more, but now is hardly the time for heart-to-heart talks. He tilts his head up slightly, nuzzling your hair. As you glance up at the dragon writhing in apparent agony above, he finally speaks.
那么现在，你先闭上眼睛，数3秒一过。 就往露台那边跑，好吗
Okay.
在这之后，我会接住你的。
I am ready. No human has truly witnessed the moment a dragon shifter reveals their true form. I will witness? Some scholars claim they only saw a blinding flash followed by a dragon's roar they will remember for a lifetime. As you charge towards the utterly shattered balcony railing, you are greeted by nothing but the golden radiance of dawn flooding your vision. Yet you feel no fear. Leaping into the air, the wind caresses your face like a lover waiting your kiss. Then everything in your sight begins to plummet at breakneck speed until, at the last instant, a dragon soars upwards, holding you on his back. As the two dragons hurtle towards each other once more, the residents of the city crane their necks in unison. The Archon they firmly regarded as a tyrant now drags the other dragon towards the uninhabited outskirt. The people who were poised to storm the castle the previous night gaze at the receding fiery glow as if waking from a dream, until a child tugs at a woman's sleeve.
妈妈，流星，我可以许愿吗？
Silence falls. They simply watch, silent until the true dragons vanish completely into the dazzling light of dawn. Many years later, the sacred altar, once accessible only to the dragon shifter Akons and their aides, has long fallen into ruin. It becomes a part of the suburban ruins. In the words of the current Archon, this is now an era belonging completely to humans. Naturally, there is no need to rely on the power of other races or the divinities. On a rare day of rest, children from nearby villages play hide and seek among the massive stones half buried in the lush grass. The child running the fastest suddenly halts. He looks up at the adult he nearly collided with. The man seems utterly unbothered. He bends down to pick up the tuft of grass the boy dropped and hands it back to the child.
这应该是你的东西吧？
谢谢叔叔。
He's alive!
谢谢哥哥。
This is many years later. He survived. The man's attire is far too peculiar for a villager. Perhaps that's why the boy glances back after running towards his friends.
对了，大哥哥，你是从城里来这里玩的吗？
确切来说，是从这里出发，去另一个地方旅行。
Wait, he became a normal dragon shifter? That travels and never returns? Alpha is his bro, somewhat confused. After all, the man before him carries no luggage whatsoever.
旅行？
是啊，大哥哥和一个对他来说很重要的人经历了很多事，现在打算去更远的地方探险了。说不定未来有一天，你们长成大人，逐渐变老后。
可大哥哥，你说的那里到底是什么地方啊？
The man doesn't seem to hear him for a moment. Instead, he walks down the grassy slope. Children chase after him a few steps, only to spot a small boat docked in the river channel below the altar. On the tiny deck, a young woman welcomes the man aboard with... Why am I suddenly stuttering so much? Wait, let me take a sec. Oh my god, we're in peace?
啊，怎么会有船？
No boats have ever docked here before, let alone one so exquisitely decorated. The children rub their eyes in disbelief. When they open them again, the river still gently laps at the shore, but the boat and the people on board have vanished. Only a gentle breeze glides over the field no longer known as a sacred altar, as though someone had truly been here. After their brief stay, the man and the woman set sail westward like a lost legend. Oh. So we became normal people. Like, I became normal, and like, what happened to the emblem then? What happened to the emblem? And Artem is no longer suffering from the emblem curse. So what happened to me, and what happened to Chaos? Like, is Chaos dead? Am I taking over? I'm not sure if I'm taking over the emblem. I'm not sure that I take over the emblem. But maybe I succeeded? What's this? The after story, yeah.
一起航行了这么久，今夜就在这个镇子上休息一晚吧。
Destination of the journey. Our journey together has gone on for a long time. After we set sail tomorrow, will we reach our destination at the edge of the continent?
罗盘是这么提醒我们的：向西越过天际流动的水波，你便会抵达那片永恒之地。华龙一族习惯将其称为维尔诺，意为永世长青的居所。
Everlasting greenery?
因为我也是第一次去，所以只是道听途说。据说那里永远处于长夏，能治愈我们受过的任何伤病。
Oh my god, we are doing that. Frieren, beyond the journey. Then the injuries from your battle with Chaos would be healed there too.
是啊， 不过更重要的是，我获得了与你开启新生活的宝贵机会。今后，我不再是执政官，你也不再是辅佐者。也就是说，我认为我们的相处模式是时候……我的意思是，我们不必像以前在审判庭那样，做什么事都一板一眼，或是有所顾虑。
Yeah, I know. Haven't we been doing that on our journey together all along? Do you remember that night when we sailed to Lake Rumos? When I was on the ship reading, you gently shook my shoulder and said you had a surprise for me.
那时，我想弥补当初没和你看完节日焰火的遗憾，所以尝试在湖水中制造了近似焰火的光芒。
Oh, he's cute.
之后，我们望着满洒繁星的湖水聊天，直到你在晚风中靠着我的肩膀睡着了。
He's cute. I believe that once we arrive at our destination, there will be more moments like that night to cherish.
说到这个，我突然想起一句话：任何事物的终结，亦是另一些事物的开始。你曾在我以为必定是终结的时刻鼓舞了我，让我不断向前走去，直到和未来的你重逢。那么现在，该由我来向你许诺无穷无尽的未来了。
It's a promise then. May the end of this journey be merely a moment in our eternal story together. I like intimate interaction. After the battle, chaos. Oh, this is the conclusion. Chaos vanished, and Artem was left with some major wounds. Thus, you made arrangements with the other aides and left the capital for a long journey to recuperate. The destination is a land to the far west, a place of legends among Artem's people. Legends say that once you reach there, all suffering and death will be left at the door, leaving one with only a long and peaceful life to enjoy. What about the emblem though? What happened to the emblem? Scar by your eye looks lighter now.
好像真是这样。或许随着时间推移，那些与过去有关的事物，无论好坏，都会渐渐淡去。
Yeah, and from here on, an endless future stretches before us. I saw a child on the street looking curiously at the gemstones on your chest while I was walking towards you earlier.
什么？可我施的伪装皱纹已经生效，其他人眼中的我们应该穿着朴素才对。
Wow, is that gemstone is like embedded into him? I don't know. We haven't been exposed. I'm just quite curious about the gemstone myself, so...
我常年佩戴这枚宝石，也难怪你会对它好奇。确切来说，它和你有关。
Stupid. Is that the red bean thing? Is that supposed to be something similar to the freaking red bean?
它被施过皱纹，能封存一部分佩戴者的记忆，所以这些年来，我时常会将我们的一些回忆放进去。
Cute.
这样，哪怕多年以后，我们都抵达了岁月的尽头，只要抚摸这枚宝石，便能重温过去鲜活的一切。
How could he do that? How could he not share that with me? Huh? Only now? Only now he's telling me all these? Dang. Alright then. Do we have any other interaction? Okay. No other interaction, that's it. Okay. Oh my god. Alright, so that's the end of the story of Crucible of Rebirth. That's the card's name. What do you guys think? I think I think this card is my favorite so far. It's so good. We saw lots of sides of Artem. Oh my god, Yandere Artem? Yandere Artem? Oh man. was awesome, right? That was crazy. Wait, do we have new text message? Do we have something new from Artem? Like new calls or nothing? Nothing new? Nothing, no call? That was so good. I really loved it. Dude, I really love this story. That was insane. That was insane. Although that was okay, to be fair, this card has a lot of reading, like in narration point of view instead of dialogues, like proper dialogues between him and the MC and maybe other side characters. But I think because of that, like because of the many narration, there is so much feelings involved, and like you get dragged into the story, you know, you get dragged into the story because if it's just dialogues here and there, then you wouldn't be in depth with the story. But this time, this card has a lot of narration, and I really liked it, and it brought me along, you know, it brought me along. And in the beginning, I think in the first part, like the first and second part, I didn't understand much of what was going on. But then I think throughout 3, 4, 5, everything became like really clear, and everything became like, whoa, it went such a good plot line or something. But we still don't know, where did Lord Nyx go? Is he safe? And yeah, we still don't know, where did Lord Nyx go. Like what are those, like, wait, is that Lord Nyx supposed to be chaos, giving out illusion? Was that an illusion? Because if that was an illusion, okay, that makes sense, that he just vanished, right? He just vanished if he was an illusion. But if he was like the real Lord Nyx, then where did he go? Like, I'm pretty sure it's just an illusion. But all in all, oh my god, I love this story. I love this story so much. You don't get it, okay? Well, hold on, I need to drink. Alright. So this was Artem's Dragon Breath card. Let's see. I haven't played this one yet. We haven't seen this card yet. So maybe oh, alright, I remember this. That's why I changed it to this one. So oh, on the 2020, when is it? 25th? Is it 25th? Yeah, on the 25th later on there will be new card, but that card doesn't have this kind of story. The card is just an MR card, which is an MR card has private message like this, so there won't be much content for that. So maybe, and I'm not sure when is the next oh, why is this still level 10? Oh my god, shit. Oh right, this card is Vin stepping on some dude. I'm not sure when is the next event going to be, but hopefully before the next TOT event, we are going to able to play more of the stories. Yeah, play more of Artem card and just delve into TOT. Alright, this SR is from the main story. You actually get free SR card from main stories. So like the main story, let me recap the main story for you guys. The main story for this is that honestly, I don't know how to recap the main story either. There's so much going on. There is so much going on in the main story of this game. But currently, the part where I stop at is Vin is currently in pain. Vin is currently in pain, and then wait, I'm not sure where did I stop. Was it here? This part? Vin in pain. Yes, it's Vin. He almost got shot. That's the thing. He almost got shot by his own uncle. That's the main plot right now. Oh, and they are investigating this one person, and then Marius is like being really sussy. Marius is being really sussy, and he's working behind the scenes, and he's colluding with some people. I am not sure, and it seems like Marius and Vin has some ties, and it seems like Vin is like the villain currently in this episode, and Marius is like, are you for real right now? I want to uncover your secrets because you're being really sussy, and that is Marius doing. So Marius is like, Marius is somehow trying to investigate about Vin's background or something like that. Like I said, Vin is like such a red flag. So, and Luke is doing his own investigating thing too. Luke is like working together with Marius. Yeah, Luke is like working together with Marius. Luke is also suspecting Vin of some things. And Artem is Artem as usual. He's working on cases. Yeah, so that's the main story. That's the main plot right now. Like in events, these boys they do work together, right? They are being hee hee ha ha with each other, right, in events. But in the main story, it's like they genuinely hate each other. In the main story, there is so much, there is no trust. There is no trust between them. They are only working together because they are brought together in one place. Yeah, they are only working together because they benefit each other or something like that. Yeah, I love the story. They hate each other. The main story is kind of crazy. Like, I would want to stream the main story for you guys, but honestly, the main story takes too much. The main story is too much at this point. Like, I'm not even caught up with the recent one, and this is the recent one, and I haven't even played it. I've only finished this recently, and this episode 11 is like, it has been out for quite some time and I haven't even finished it, and this episode 12 I haven't even started, and soon they are releasing episode 13. It's like Genshin Archon Quest on steroids. It's so much, it's just so much going on. I can't even keep up with it, honestly. But anyways, please. So that was Tears of Themis stream for today. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream tomorrow, but I am going to go to the clinic tomorrow and get my face, get my skin checked and stuff like that. I was hoping that I can use the medicine and like check things out first and see how the medicine goes, but then I don't think I can stand with my face looking like this. Main quest comes too soon. Like tomorrow, yeah. I just hope that things will go well. I just hope that, I really just hope that it's just normal allergy. Yeah. If it's normal allergy, I can take it. If it's bad allergy, then I don't know what to do with it. I don't know how to deal, and I'm already so upset with so many things. Why do I have to face this one? Why, you know, like being sick mentally is fine with me, I guess. Like being all sick mentally is like whatever, fuck, I can live with it, you know. But being sick physically, I can't deal with that. I cannot deal with being sick physically. I hate it. I don't want to be sick physically, you know. So I guess that is it for tonight. Not sure we'll stream tomorrow or not again. Probably I will take a break tomorrow. I'm not sure. Depends on the things. Depends on how I feel. I'm still not doing well, guys. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for coming to my Themes of Themis stream as always, and I'll see you again. I'll see you again whenever, maybe Wednesday or something, because wait, Wednesday is going to be the Genshin update. Yeah, Genshin update Sub-Zero's festival is going to start. Okay, see you guys again on Wednesday. Alright, have a good night's sleep. Selamat malam. Jaya, oyasumi,晚安. Bobot time. Okay, see you guys again on Wednesday. Alright, bye bye. Bye 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 bye.